Deep in the ocean, what the sunlight never reached, where dark trenches and mysterious caves lie hidden from the human eye, lurks a creature whispered about by sailors for centuries. Legends say it can drag entire fleets beneath the waves, summon storms, and churn the waters until the sky and sea become one. A monster whose name struck terror into the hearts of every mariner who dared venture into the open ocean. It appears in the pages of the Bible and is said to be so ancient that it may have existed since the dawn of creation itself. This is the Leviathan. Some believe it is nothing more than a myth or a religious symbol. Others are certain it is a living, breathing creature that dwells in the depths, revealing itself to humans only on rare occasions. By the end of this video, you will discover the mysterious evidence that has led many to believe the Leviathan never disappeared at all. It has been waiting for the right moment to rise again from the darkness. The Leviathan is one of the most terrifying beings in Judeo-Christian mythology. It is not described as a mere animal, but as a divine embodiment of chaos and destruction. Most often it is depicted as a colossal sea serpent, a scaled dragon, or an enormous aquatic beast whose length rivals mountains and whose strength can snap the sturdiest ships in half. Legend says its scales are so hard that no human weapon or natural force can pierce them, and its breath radiates a burning heat capable of boiling the ocean around it. In medieval bestiaries, it often appears as an allegory of Satan, the lord of the ocean depths, trapping souls in the sea of sin. But the Leviathan lives beyond religious texts. Over the centuries, it has woven itself into the tales of sailors, folklore, and modern culture. It appears at the edges of ancient maps as a warning, features in old songs and ballads, and even today surfaces in video games, books, and films. In nearly every culture, its name has become synonymous with doom and the untamable forces of nature. The first known mention of the Leviathan appears in the Hebrew Bible, in the Book of Job, which offers a vivid, poetic description.
Terror dances before its teeth, its breath sets coals ablaze, and its heart is as hard as stone.
The Leviathan is part of divine creation, a trial no human could ever hope to overcome. Jewish tradition holds that God created two of them, one male and one female, but fearing their offspring would bring about the destruction of the world, he killed one and reserved the other for the end times. In Phoenician and Canaanite myth, the Leviathan appears as Latin, the embodiment of the sea's chaos defeated by the storm god Baal to bring order to the world. In Christian theology, it often symbolizes evil and sin, destined to be slain by the Lord on Judgment Day. Some even believed that the Leviathan was so powerful that not even Lucifer himself dared to confront it. According to the Bible, God created the Leviathan on the fifth day.
So God created the great sea creatures and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarm, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind, and God saw that it was good.
A closer reading of Job's text reveals a reference to the Leviathan lying hidden in a dormant state beneath the waters. This suggests it has existed since the beginning of time and will play a role in the end of days. What do you think would happen if it awoke and rose to the surface? Accounts of the Leviathan almost universally describe it as an enormous, terrifying creature. Something you would never want to see even in your worst nightmares. Its body is long and serpentine, yet covered in thick, armor-like scales said to withstand even the strongest forged iron weapons. A single scale could be as large as a shield and so smooth that water runs off it as though oiled. Its eyes glow a fiery red in the darkness, and eyewitness accounts often speak of a gaze that paralyzes with fear. Its breath is not only scorching hot, but also spews flames, causing steam and boiling waves to erupt on the surface. Its movements stir currents so powerful they can sink smaller ships with nothing but the force of the tides. Some legends claim the Leviathan's voice is a deep, resonant rumble that can summon storms and disorient sailors, as if the sea itself were whispering to them. A 13th century Arabic account describes its song as so hypnotic that fishermen would unknowingly row toward it. They were never seen again.
The incarnation of the deep has awakened, and emits a thunderous howl. It breaks the raging sea waves and drags down even prayers for peace to the murky depths.
The Leviathan has several abilities that makes it even more fierce, dangerous, and mysterious. It can control the sea creatures. As master of the oceans and all marine life, the Leviathan can command any creature of the sea, including long-extinct prehistoric beasts. The second ability is photogenesis. It can emit an intense light from its body, temporarily blinding those nearby. The most mysterious ability is thalassokinesis. As ruler of the seas, the Leviathan can manipulate not only Earth's oceans but any form of seawater throughout the universe with effortless control. It has also deadly pyrokinetic breath. The Leviathan can generate a special kind of fire within its body and expel it through its mouth. A flame even more powerful and dangerous than the fabled fires of hell. The Leviathan has haunted sailors' tales for centuries. In a 15th century Norwegian ship's log, the crew reported seeing a massive shadow beneath their vessel for days, slowly following them. One stormy night, the creature vanished, only for a colossal wave to smash into the deck, sweeping men into the depths. In medieval Europe, the Leviathan often appeared painted at the edges of maps as a warning. "Here be monsters." In the 18th century, the captain of a French warship claimed a huge serpent-like creature followed his vessel for miles before suddenly diving out of sight. The 1890 British warship incident is particularly famous. According to the crew, a dragon-like body struck the side of the ship at night, leaving impressions of its scales in the metal plating. The official report was never made public, and the repair records were later removed from the archives. Even in modern times, mysterious accounts persist. In the mid-20th century, crews of several fishing boats in the Pacific reported seeing a moving island that turned out to be alive, before it disappeared into the deep within minutes. Science offers several explanations for the Leviathan legend. Some believe sightings could be attributed to massive sperm whales, orcas, or rarely encountered giant squids, animals that sometimes surface and cast dark, moving shadows beneath the waves. Others suggest the Leviathan might be a surviving specimen of a long-extinct marine reptile such as a mosasaur, somehow preserved in the deep, isolated parts of the ocean. But there is also a third, far more mysterious theory. Since over 80% of the world's oceans remain unexplored, it is entirely possible that enormous unknown species exist undetected by humans. One famous example is the bloop sound recorded in the 1990s, an incredibly loud, low-frequency underwater noise that scientists have never been able to explain with complete certainty. While officially attributed to the movement of icebergs, many still believe it came from an enormous living creature. And here is the most shocking piece of evidence that may connect directly to the Leviathan. Are you ready? In 2014, a Japanese research expedition near the Mariana Trench recorded a strange deep sound unlike any known marine animal communication. Its frequency and pattern were eerily similar to the rumbling song described by 19th century sailors said to herald the Leviathan's approach. The source of the sound was never found, and the exact location remains a closely guarded secret. Some scientists think it may have been an undiscovered whale species, but others are convinced it was the Leviathan itself. If true, then the massive beast may still be down there circling in the darkness, waiting for the moment to rise again. What makes the story even more compelling is a wave of strange recent events in the oceans. Deep-sea creatures like the anglerfish and oarfish, both residents of the darkest depths, have been washing ashore dead or appearing in shallow waters. From Mexico's coasts to shores around the world, these rare and unnatural sightings have rekindled ancient myths of the Leviathan, the biblical sea monster that embodies chaos. But what is truly happening? Are these the omens of doom, or is science concealing a simpler truth? The mysterious deaths of deep-sea creatures like anglerfish, known for its glowing lure and menacing appearance, it lives thousands of feet beneath the surface. Finding one dead in shallow water is as unnatural as finding a polar bear in the desert. Or the oarfish in Japan. These snake-like giants, which can grow up to 36 feet long, are nicknamed doomsday fish and believed to predict earthquakes or disasters. In 2011, several oarfish washed ashore and locals whispered of impending catastrophe. Their fear proved justified. That same year, the Tohoku earthquake struck, a magnitude of 9.1 quake, the largest ever recorded in Japan and the fourth most powerful in modern history. Its epicenter lay in the Pacific Ocean just off the coast, triggering a devastating tsunami and a nuclear disaster at Fukushima that left the surrounding area permanently uninhabitable. Reports have surfaced of mass whale strandings and unexplained deep-sea noises, all of which add to the growing mystery. But what is really happening? While myths are thrilling, science offers calmer explanations for most of these phenomena. Deep-sea creatures may rise toward the surface due to illness, injury, or disorientation caused by underwater noise from ships or drilling. Changes in temperature, currents, or oxygen levels, sometimes linked to climate change, can also force them upward. Scientists say there is no proven link between oarfish sightings and earthquakes. Coincidences happen, but correlation does not equal causation. Here's the twist. Human activities such as deep-sea mining, pollution, and overfishing are damaging ocean ecosystems. The stress caused by these factors may explain why rare deep-sea species are dying in unusual ways. Why the Leviathan myth matters today. The Leviathan is more than just a monster story. It's a mirror reflecting modern fears. As oceans warm and plastic chokes marine life, the Leviathan becomes a symbol of nature's vengeance for humanity's vast destruction. Social media hype posts like, The doomsday fish has appeared, spreads rapidly because they feed our appetite for drama and mystery. These are ancient stories in a new skin. Myths endure because they help us process chaos. The Leviathan reminds us to respect the ocean's power and to recognize our role in protecting it. The ocean's depths hold endless secrets. The Leviathan may be just a legend, or it may be very real. And if it does rise to the surface one day, we might not have time to prepare for it. An old fisherman once told this story.
On a calm, mirror-like night at sea, I heard a strange song rising from the deep. The sound drew closer until suddenly a vast shadow appeared beneath my boat, and the water shifted. I saw nothing clearly, but I felt something ancient watching me from the dark. By morning it was gone, leaving only the soft murmur of the waves.
And the fisherman's lifelong belief that he had encountered the Leviathan. Do you believe it exists, or is it just a pure invention? Whatever the truth is, records of it have existed in too many cultures for too long to dismiss it outright. One thing is certain. The Leviathan is among the most fascinating and mysterious creatures in all mythology. Its meaning changes depending on perspective and context, but it invites us to think about the boundaries between nature and humanity, good and evil, order and chaos, or reality and fantasy.
If you're intrigued by the world's most mysterious, mythical beasts, don't miss the next episode, where we explore Cerberus, the three-headed hound of the underworld in Greek mythology. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's dive deeper together into the world's myths and mysterious creatures. Thank you for watching. Join us for the next episode. And if you set sail, be aware of the Leviathan.